Hey everybody, this is Emehe and welcome back to a brand new video on Satisfactory. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the top 10 best mods that work with Satisfactory 1.0. And starting off the tutorial, I'm not actually going to show you a mod. I'm going to first give you a very quick tutorial on how to actually install mods. Starting off with step 1, you want to open your You want to open your browser, whatever browser you're using, and you need to go to fixit.app. When you go there, I'll leave a link in the description as well if I remember. You go down there and you see this screen. Click download the mod manager. It'll install. Save it wherever you need to, and then when it's installed, just double click it and it'll set it up. I'm not going to click it because I already have it installed, but now you know how to do it, and it should immediately hook up. See, once you open it up, you're going to be met with this screen, and the first thing you need to look at is right here. You need to make sure that this is set to your game. So if you play on Epic Games, you should see Epic Games here. If you play on Steam, you'll see Steam. And then other than that, this is all your mods. You can filter here and you download right here. And while we're here, we can actually talk about the very first mod of this video. Now, for my first mod, this one is actually an honorable mention, and the reason it's an honorable mention is because it's not compatible with 1.0. So I love the mod so much, but it's not compatible, so it can't be top 10. But this mod is amazing because when you get to, I believe, level 5 in your hub, you can unlock something called the teleporter. Yeah, tier 5. And pretty much what it does is you connect it to power, and then you can easily teleport. I mean, it does exactly what it sounds like it does. You can teleport from one side of the map to the other, which is an absolute lifesaver in this game because the trucks are slow. But anyway, coming in at number 10, an actual mod, is faster manual crafting. Now what this mod allows you to do is it does exactly what it says it does. It makes manual crafting really fast. So it'll slowly scale up in speed, and by like the 10th item, you'll be doing it practically instantly. And this is super handy because of just how long it can take to craft stuff. So I absolutely love that mod. Just saves you a lot of time. It's really nice. On to our number 9 spot though. We have a wonderful mod called Conveyor Wall Hole. Now the reason I love this mod is because when I'm building factories and I have to place down a wall for like the outside of my factory, it sucks because I'm not able to actually bring out my products where I want to bring them out. I have to go to a specific spot or, just destroy the wall. So what this mod does is it just makes it so that not only can you place them wherever you want, but you can also place them very closely side by side, which makes it much more organized and look a lot better. On to number 8 though, another awesome mod called Heavy Fluid Overhaul, all the way down here at the bottom. Now pretty much what this mod does is it just makes it so that stuff uses less water, more or less. You can change the values, and it just makes it so that water is easier to use, because using pipes and all that, it can be tricky when you're building really big factories. This just makes it a little simpler. Makes it a little easier to use, and it makes it so that like a coal power plant isn't super difficult, and it can actually be done in a reasonable amount of time. Now on to number 7, we have kind of just a quality of life mod, which I guess this was Heavy Fluid Overhaul was as well, but this mod, Cartograph Buildings on Map. This is an amazing mod. I can actually show you it in Satisfactory. If I go and open my map and zoom in, you can see every single building that I have placed down. Kind of. It's not meant to show you like actually everything that you've placed down, but it's meant to kind of visualize your factories to the rest of the world, which is kind of cool. And it also helps you remember, where your factories are if you don't like placing markers. But it's cool to see like this factory that I have right here, all of these floors and all of this stuff that I've built is huge, and it goes on for a while. And it's cool to see just how big it is compared to the rest of the world. Like this factory up here is itty bitty, but eventually it'll be really big. So it's just a cool mod to have. If you want to use it, you can. Just makes the map a little nicer to look at. But on to number 6 is actually another mod that I can show you here. It's mirrored buildings. So you have the mirrored foundry, and it's only for stuff that actually needs to be, mirrored. So like the coal power plant, or the coal generator rather, it's mirrored. And so far that's all I have. I'm pretty early into the game on this save. But it's nice because it allows you to, like if I go ahead and head over to my power plant, which is this way, I'll show you guys what I mean. Alright, so here's what I have for the power plant. And mind you, I built this a while ago. I actually built this before I installed the heavy water overhaul mod. So I probably could lose a lot of these. In fact, I know I could. I only need 2. But right here, as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coal power plants. And you can see by the way I have it set up, like it's very nice and tidy. You know what I mean? Like it's very, you've got the one pipe coming down here and then they each split off. Same with this, but this would only be possible if I had the mirrored coal generators. Because if I just had a normal coal generator and I placed it down here, you can see that the water would be on the left and the coal input would be on the right. But if I place it over here, water left, coal right. See what I mean? I needed the water to always be on opposite sides of each other. That way I could do this. And that's what this mod allows you to do. Is it allows you to make your factories a little nicer. Because other than that, I would have had to weave in, weave out, weave in, weave out. Now they're just all straight. But on to the next mod. We have a wonderful mod called Infinite Zoop. It's right here. Now, if you don't know what Zoop is, it used to be in a mod called Smart. But now, since that mod has been kind of discontinued, I believe, or just hasn't been updated, this mod, Infinite Zoop, is available that pretty much does the same thing. When you press R in game, you can see it changes the build mode, and there's one called Zip, and it's for every kind of foundation, stairs, all of it. And what it does is it allows you to click once, drag forward, and then drag out, and as you can guess by the name Infinite, it can be done infinitely. Well, maybe not infinitely. Oh, it's not actually infinite. 20 by 20. That's the max. But that size of a platform is also that fucking big. So I don't think you'd ever need more. But once you have the size of the thing you want, you can just click again and then click one more time. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to build this. You just click one more time, it locks it in place, and then you click it again and it'll build it. Very nice, very handy. Makes it so that building platforms is a lot easier. You'll have to have the resources in your inventory, but now you don't have to place every single foundation individually. And believe me, that could be quite a headache. On to our number 4 spot for this game. It's a mod that is kind of cheaty, if we're being honest, but it's a very wonderful mod called All Nodes Pure. I love this mod because it makes all of the nodes in the game pure. And I hate when I found a good spot to build and then I go look at the nodes and they're all impure or normal. I just want pure nodes. This mod does see pure. This mod does kind of take from a pretty key, mechanic of the game, take away from it. I just love it. I love just being able to build kind of wherever I want. It's very nice. But now on to our wonderful top 3. Starting in at our number 3rd spot, we have Refined Power. Now all this mod does is it adds a whole bunch of power. So the only one that I have unlocked is the wind turbine. See if I go ahead and go back to here. Refined Power. I've got the wind turbine, which is cool because you can place it right in the middle. And as long as it's not within like the area, I think this one will turn on, hopefully. As long as there's not another wind turbine too close, it'll continue going for, I'm pretty sure, forever and generate you just a little bit of power. So it's cool to place like randomly around the world just to kind of give you a boost of power, which is nice. But it also adds all of this stuff. It adds wind turbines, water turbines, a boiler platform, biomass heater, nuclear heater, a boiler, turbine, solar power, reactors. Adds a whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff that you're probably never going to use. Still a nice mod to have. Nice mod because there's not too many power options in the game, especially mid-game. You're kind of just struck to coal, but this kind of changes that. It kind of gives you a little more diversity, which is very nice. But on to our number 2 spot. It is a beautiful mod called Daisy Chain Everything. Now what Daisy Chain does, it's a fantastic mod, is as you can see, I have a wire going from here and then going to this pipeline, and then I have it going from the pipeline to this pipeline, and then anyway this pipeline to this guy. Now normally what you would have to do to hook up something like this is you'd have to place a pole and then connect each power plant generator individually to the pole. Why are these not hooked up? What the fuck? They are. But instead with this mod you can just daisy chain it together. You can just go from here and then hook this one up to this one. See, that's how I have it back there. This one up to this one, 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 this one, this one, and then the very last one up to your power wire. So normally this power wire, or one up here, would be full. In fact, I'd have to have 2, and it'd be like a web of wires coming out from right here. Now you just have one wire. Very neat, very tidy, very amazing. You see I have all these buildings chained together. Very cool, very nice, and makes your factories look a lot nicer. But now, finally, onto our beautiful number 1 spot. In our number 1 spot, we have one of my favorite mods called, do I not have it? Oh no, it's right here, Industrial Evolution. Now, what this mod does is it just gives the game a whole bunch of quality of life improvements, and the way that it does that is by putting a machine, like a whole thing inside of the nope, not Infinite Zoo. Where is it? Industrial Evolution, right here. See, it needs some stuff to be researched first, but Industrial Evolution, I have none of it done. I do apologize for that. I have no idea. Here, I can switch over to a thing. So, as you can see here, it adds Mark IIIs to the constructor and the smelter. It's beautiful. Just gives you better versions of those buildings. Holy, 112.5. But that's pretty much its whole purpose, is just to give you better versions of a lot of buildings and a lot of quality of life features. It's just a good mod to kind of have in the back. It makes your time with this game a lot smoother, which is nice. But with that said, that is our top 10 with an honorable mention, so technically top 11 best mods of 2025 for Satisfactory 1.0. That is my top 10. And with that said, I would like to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.